Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. Now, due to the frigid temperatures outside and increasingly worse trail conditions, it's getting harder and harder for me to make real mountain biking content on the channel. So today I'm going to show you around my property. We have around 11.5 acres of it, and I will be building trails on it for those of you who are wondering. So without further ado, let's get started. First stop, front lawn. It's not much to see here because it's a front lawn. The next stop, which is the first main point of interest, is the stump dump, which is where we dump stumps, or brush, leaves, sticks, any other waste we really have here. This is one of the few spots on the property where you can see how far down it really goes. That's about 150 feet just in that short little distance. Now for some backstory. This entire driveway was built on a huge slant, which means you can't drive cars on it. Obviously, that being an issue, my dad set out to fix it. So we had 3,000 tires trucked in, dumped on here, and then poured gravel over all of it so he could build a driveway here. And that brings us to the second main point of interest on our list, which I call Rubber Ridge. We call it Rubber Ridge because the couple of hundred rubber tires that you can still see over the edge of it. These tires are just the remnants of what was dumped here and what didn't get covered up, but it's still cool to come over here and look at it. Next, I'm going to bring you guys down to the lake. On the trail to the lake, there are several excavation sites from my dad digging there. We thought, because of the way the land formed and other evidence, that there might be gold, but unfortunately we never found anything. Although it was a fun project to work on with me, him, and the rest of the family. And this is the lake. It's at the corner of our property, and we technically only own about a quarter of it. You can't see it because it's iced over, but we used to get our water from this lake. There's a pump underneath the ice that sucks in water and brings it to the house. We don't use it anymore because now we have a well. Still no town water though, because And yeah, it's not really fun because you can't really swim in it. Mud's too deep, and it never properly freezes over in the winter, so it's kind of just there. The next spot I'm going to show you guys is up on the cliffs. We have many, and they are very steep. So this is the highest point on the property. There's a camper sitting here that we can't move because we don't have a powerful enough vehicle, as well as it got struck by a tree during Hurricane Irene, so it's kind of just been sitting here doing whatever. But over here, we have the technical highest point on the property. It's only like a foot higher than where the camper is, and that tree right there is the real marker. And it's right here that you can really see how much the elevation changes from here to the pond. It's almost 200 feet of vertical. Unfortunately, I can't build mountain bike trails on it because it's almost all cliffs, so in order to ride it, you'd either have to have suspension built for a moon landing or be Johnny Knoxville, I guess. Sort of walking on one of the ledges here. It's about 20 feet off to the right in this clip. This is just a trail that I was working on before I got cut off by the winter. I'll continue it back in the spring, don't you worry, there'll be videos on it. The next spot is what I call Carabiner Brim. It's one of my favorite spots, and it's named that because me and my friends, whenever we come over, we always go up and down this cliff for fun. Because stupid kids, that's why. And one of my friends, the first time he came over, he suggested that he bring a carabiner. And we laughed at him, because we're stupid. We want to do this, no safety at all, because stupid kids. But, as you can see, it's a little hard to get around in the winter, but it's still fun to play around with any day. real quick, I just want to say, there's no way a camera can capture how far down this thing goes. And I'm sitting here on a rock. It goes down quite a ways. And of course you got the view of the pond out there. I don't know if you can see it that well. This property's really got some beautiful places, let me tell you that. Enough from you, real-life Baker. Let's get back to disembodied voice Baker. This is the third corner of the property, unofficially marked by this tree. This is a cool spot because it's the only point on the property, or corner of the property I should say, where you can actually visibly see another corner of the property, near that telephone pole over there. I quickly want to point out that I think there's something wrong with the telephone pole here, because if you know me in real life, you know my height doesn't crack 5'5", and yet I can easily touch the wire on this telephone wire right here. This is the fourth and final corner of the property, forever marked in my soul for being the death place of my first drone after a gust of wind blew it into a tree. All that aside, this completes the round journey around the property that have brought you in, and there's the third corner that I'm zooming in on there, as well as the line to the road at the bottom that you can't really see. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all the points of interest. So yeah. Hello, me here, just telling you, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you like and subscribe to my channel. Cute picture of my dog to keep you all in. Anyway, here's the blooper. Oh yeah, funny story. One year I got my drone stuck in a tree.